Well, that was a totally adrenaline-filled experience. I only want to do one of those a day.
It's the very last staircase. Here we go. Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Well, I'm happy that I'm not out hiking in this. Well, we are finally sitting down for dinner at this winery, and I could not have even imagined the feast that we are being presented with. We're in Tbilisi now, and we're just getting ready to head off to our multi-day hike in the Svaneti region. Now, there are two ways to get to this region. One is a 45-minute plane ride, and then the other is a 10-hour combination of trains and buses. And we did have tickets for the flight, but there is going to be a bit of weather, so unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be on the train. All right, stage one of our journey has begun. So the reason we're so excited about this hike and the reason it's worth the 10 hours it's going to take to get there is because it basically has everything we love about multi-day hikes. It's got the big epic landscapes that we're going to be walking through. It's got interesting historic villages along the way. And of course, every night we're going to be tucking into a very hearty Georgian feast. Okay, that's 4 hours on the train, done. Now we've got a quick stopover tonight in the city of Kutaisi, and then a very long 6-hour bus ride tomorrow.
Well, we've had a good night's rest, and we're all ready for the next leg of our journey, which is a 6-hour bus ride to Mestia. And of course, Mestia is going to be our base for the big hike. Tight fit. Just 4 more hours to go in this squeezy dark minivan.
I am a little bit sad that we didn't manage to catch that 45-minute flight, but I'm gonna just relax and get into this very long road trip that we're on right now. If I had been doing a better job of planning for our arrival in Mestia, I might have worn waterproof shoes. We've gotten a little lost, which is never great in the rain, but I think we're closing in on our hotel. Hopefully we find it soon. Buddy. Well, we've basically recovered from our very rainy, very messy arrival here. So with sun shining and the weather being a little bit nice right now, I think it's a good time to explain a little bit about what we're doing here and what this hike is all about. We are here in Mestia, which is located in the northwestern corner of Georgia, way up high in the mountains. And this town is famous for a couple things. First of all, it's famous for its centuries-old defensive towers, and we're gonna see a lot of those towers as we walk through Mestia. But the other thing it's famous for is being a gateway to the Svaneti region, which is where we're headed to. So we're gonna be spending the next 4 days hiking village to village through the Svaneti region. And what we're gonna be encountering are a lot more of these beautiful defensive towers and wonderful villages that are still living according to very traditional ways. So it's going to be a really interesting cultural immersion, and we're going to be seeing some amazing scenery along the way. That is, if the weather holds out.
Now, in case you're new to our channel, I'm Gillian, this is Stephanie. We're exploring the world one hike at a time and sharing it with all of you as we go. Now, we're actually supposed to be able to go take a look inside one of these towers, so let's go see if we can find the entrance. with these stone walls all around. It really feels like we're stepping back in history. Hello. Hello. Watch your head. Okay. All right, well, we've gone up 2 levels and we're not done yet. So let's keep going up. Oh, there's still more. There's still more. Well, Stephanie does not have a head for heights, so she has actually headed back down, but I'm determined to make it all the way to the top. And this must be where they shot arrows out at invaders. And it's also a beautiful view. But let's keep going up. Just going and going and going. Okay, I think we are almost there. It's the very last staircase. Here we go. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Well, I've got an amazing view of all of Mestia from up here, and what a spectacular location. All right.
Este natural no carretinho.
Maroba.
Oh, is that the...
Say thank you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know cheers. I can say thank you. It's wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wine.
Good, good. Okay. The kindly host has just explained to us how this room was a shared space for people and their animals. So you have the animals down below, and they've got some food available to them. And then up top, the people would sleep where they could keep nice and warm. Yeah. And then, fortunately today, we have a modern washroom right here.
Perfect. Well, this isn't really what I was expecting for today. So I thought that today, right at this time, I would be in the middle of a beautiful hike. But instead, when we woke up this morning, we discovered that we were facing down a major thunderstorm. I was prepared to go hiking in the rain, but definitely not when there's thunder and lightning. So instead, what we decided to do is improvise a little. So we took a cab to one of the villages on our hike, and we're just going to improvise from here. Obviously, the rain is really picking up at this time, but we're going to make the best of our trip. We have had a lot of good luck with all of our past hikes and the weather, so we've never really had a week of rain. Well, I'm happy that I'm not out hiking in this. It's time to check out our little guest house here in Ushguli, and I have to say that I'm really looking forward to hunkering down as the thunderstorms draw even closer. Okay, let's go check it out. This is definitely an afternoon for getting cozy in a room instead of being out wandering around in the rain. Nice. So this is our room, and I think that this is actually just a cut above what you can typically get in a guest house in one of these little villages. So they have made an effort. We've got a little bit of art on the wall, some hanging fabrics. The linens look nice and new, and then there's a really nice view outside. So I think we're going to be quite happy here. I've also heard great things about the cooking here, so we're looking forward to having a really great dinner tonight and then a warm, cozy sleep.
I don't know if you can see the huge chunks of hail coming down right now, but it's making me feel like our change of plans was probably for the best.
We've ordered some classic Georgian dishes to take a bit of the chill off from this rainy afternoon. So first up we have a chicken soup, and it looks really rich and delicious. It's chicken and also egg, and then I think it's got a lot of herbs in there as well. So I'll give it a try. Oh, so good. It has been a chilly afternoon, so it's really nice to have a hot broth to sort of get the dinner started. Our main dish has arrived, and I'm really excited about this one. So this is a classic dish, It is chicken with a walnut sauce, and then it is nesting here in mashed potatoes combined with, I think, what is going to be a ridiculous amount of cheese. So this is going to be a very decadent meal, and it looks like some little dried pomegranate on top to go with it. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the ratio of mashed potatoes to cheese is in this dish, but it tastes incredible.
It was thunder and lightning all night long, and the weather ahead is looking like nothing but rain, rain, rain. So we've made the call, we've decided to pivot and go check out some of the other amazing sites that Georgia has to offer instead. So this morning, we're just taking advantage of a brief break in the rain to take a little look around Ushguli, and then we're gonna hit the road. Now, normally from this village, you can catch views of a stunning 5,000 meter mountain in the background, but today we're just gonna have to be satisfied knowing that it's there.
This part of the village seems to no longer be inhabited, but you can walk around and you really get that medieval feeling, and you can imagine what it would have been like to live in these mountains so long ago. Very rustic conditions, probably a very hardy people, and today it is an absolutely beautiful site to visit. I'm so happy that we had this opportunity to see the little village of Ushguli. Apparently this is one of the highest continuously inhabited settlements in all of Europe, and it really does feel that we're in a very remote and very eerily beautiful place. We've been to so many countries that have hordes of tourists going through, and the experiences are all really packaged up. So it's been a real treat to be here in Georgia. Even though things aren't always going according to plan, I think that's where the adventure lies, and that's where there's a lot of fun to be found. Wow, what an incredible landscape. I feel so privileged to be seeing this part of Georgia. It was really difficult to get here to begin with, but what a payoff. This is absolutely magnificent. And this is a road we're going to be traveling along, so we're going to be getting amazing views for the next few hours.
Got a real nightclub feeling here. Here we go. Okay, well, this is certainly a high concept hotel room. It's kind of got this industrial style going on with the concrete walls. We've got this open concept bathroom space, a glass doored bathroom, which you know is Stephanie's favorite. Just like interesting lighting fixtures. And I think what I love best is this swing over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a load off. After our long drive down from the mountains, we've got a couple nights here in Kutaisi. We're gonna take in the sights and enjoy. Okay, I mean, might not be the most comfortable swing, but it sure is a fun idea.
Well, the sun is finally shining down on us for our little sojourn here in Kutaisi. So Kutaisi is maybe the third largest city in Georgia, and it definitely feels a lot more low-key than Tbilisi, but there is still a lot to see here. So we're gonna take today to see some of the sights and hopefully get in a little hiking, and we'll bring you along. The first stop on our tour is the Kolchis Fountain, sitting here in the middle of town. And I have to say, I've seen a lot of fountains in a lot of cities, and this one is particularly beautiful and unique, I think. So the Kolchis Kingdom, that was an ancient kingdom, and it used to sit on the lands that are now Georgia. And so this evokes Georgia's past, and the animals are apparently symbolic of some of the artifacts of that Kolchis Kingdom. This little park in the center of town is just picture perfect. It's a really gorgeous spot. Oh my gosh, get this car. It's held together on a wish and a promise. We've just made our way into the green market, and I love going into these kinds of markets because you get to be buying where the locals are buying. The produce is always great quality, and also you get to see what's in season. All right, looks like it's the season for apples and plums, so we're gonna get a little bit of both. Okay, yes. Here's your haul.
We've made a 20-minute drive way up into the mountains outside the city to reach the famous Gelati Monastery. Now, it is closed for renovation right now, and we knew that, but it's actually the starting point for a beautiful hike we're going to take down towards Kutaisi with another monastery we can visit along the way. We're just going to see if we can see anything of the monastery. I'm not too sure. It's pretty covered up, but that's okay. We're going up. I assume this means we're going the right way.
Yesterday we were shivering in a hailstorm. Today we're now in sun sleeves and hats. It's a little hard to keep up.
Okay, well there was a viewpoint marked on the map, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is definitely it.
It's hard to believe that we're only 15 minutes outside of the city. We really feel like we're walking through a farming community right now. Hey, buddy.
Oh, that's where we're going down.
Oh, this is the descent, okay.
Well, we found a pleasant place to rest by this beautiful river, and in addition to this giant bag of plums, we also picked up at the market this khachapuri, which is a very popular Georgian dish. It's a bread with cheese baked inside, and I'm sure it's going to be very tasty. It's very cheesy and very delicious. Well, we thought we'd be using this bridge to cross the river, but it's looking a little unsafe, so I guess it's shoes off and into the water we go. Well, those were some very slippery rocks and fast-moving water, but we did it. It looks like you got a soaker there, Stephanie.
Yeah, I got quite wet in the crossing. It was very much a pants and feet sort of situation, but we made it across. Woo! I only want to do one of those a day. All right, I'm ready to get back to the hiking. I think we're almost there.
That was a very steady uphill from the river. Worth the climb. And we just climbed up from way down there.
Well, this is a really beautiful monastery, and this site up in the mountains couldn't be more spectacular. Now, I was going to say this is a nice kind of hidden gem to hike from monastery to monastery if you're visiting the city, but I do want to caution that river crossing was not easy, so it's only something to do if you feel very confident. For the final leg of our journey across Georgia, we have come just 40 minutes outside of Kutaisi to a beautiful little winery. So this is a winery. We've been seeing the wine on the menus as we've traveled across Georgia, so it's really fun to be right here now. It's called Baia's Winery. It's a family-run place. So we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon wandering the beautiful grounds. We're obviously going to be sampling some of the delicious wine, tuck into a Georgian feast, and then we're going to be able to stay overnight here to get the full experience. We're getting a chance to see the grounds right now. Oh, so beautiful. Wow. Look at the vineyards. Wow. This is where all the grapes come from. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. It forms like a little trellis you can walk under.
I just need to crouch a little bit to fit. I have to just try one. It's sweet, almost ready to harvest, I think.
I'm going to show you the cute little room that we're staying in. It's a really nice place. It feels very much like a family home where they've opened up a couple rooms. And this is our sweet little home for the night. So it's just a simple room. It's a shared bathroom, but I think we're the only ones staying here tonight. So lots of privacy, and what an amazing view over the vineyards. We're ready to have our very first taste of Baia's wine. And I have to say, this is a very informal but generous place. So they've given us a full bottle for our first tasting and a couple of glasses and told us to go ahead and enjoy. Oh, there we go. And get one glass going. So it is a dry white wine with some grapes that I quite honestly cannot pronounce, but I think it's going to be really great. So I should be expecting quince aroma and also citrus, and I'm definitely getting both of those.
Cheers. So we've been learning a bit about the traditional Georgian winemaking process. Once the grapes are picked, they come to this stage first where everything gets loaded in. The grapes, the skins, the seeds, the lot of it goes through here, gets all churned up and into this vessel before it moves on to the next stage. So over here is where the wine gets aged. Now what's really interesting, instead of being in casks above ground, they're actually buried in these urns, these clay urns deep into the ground, which I guess keeps a nice even temperature. And so they get sealed off with clay or wax and they just age in there. And what makes Georgian wine distinctive is because of this process that includes the skins and all, you get those characteristic orange-colored Georgian wines. So I think we'll get to try a range of them with our dinner this evening.
Well, we are finally sitting down for dinner at this winery, and I could not have even imagined the feast that we are being presented with. So I'll just start very quickly with the wines. We have been given 5 different bottles. We have 3 bottles of wine, 2 different varieties of white, and then a rosé. Over here we have 2 different types of cha-cha to try. So this is a much harder alcohol in a clear, and then something a little bit darker. So those will have different tastes. And then the food, I'm not even sure where to begin. We have the beautiful pot of lobio over here, which are the stewed beans. Over here we have a range of basically what are salads. They're called piccoli, but look at how many different kinds there are. We have beet, eggplant, carrot, different kind of eggplant, and more. It's almost endless, all these salads. We have another tomato salad over here, the kind that is so typical here in Georgia. And then this magnificent khachapuri bread, baked in, I believe, with cheese. So this is going to be quite filling. And of course, a little more bread on the side, because you can never have enough bread when you're having a meal here in Georgia. Well, we're gonna have to really get serious and hunker down if we're gonna polish off at least a portion of this food. But the one thing I did want to try right away is this gorgeous eggplant, which is fried and then stuffed with walnuts. And it is such a delicious dish. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Amazing, the layers of flavor, the eggplant, then this pate of walnuts within it. It's just so good. And I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're gonna have to get working on this if we're gonna finish this before nightfall. Well, that brings an end to what has been an absolutely amazing adventure here in Georgia. So we started off in Tbilisi, we headed up to those beautiful villages in the mountains, back down through Kutaisi, and finally ending here at this lovely winery. If you're looking for more, we can highly recommend our video going through the Transylvanian area of Romania. That was another very beautiful cultural experience along with a wonderful hike. Well, it's amazing for such a tiny town. I mean, I think it's literally one street. We managed to get slightly lost. And we get a chance to meet the town goats. Wow. This is a proper village backyard. Here we go inside. Well, this is our place, and it is a true Romanian village house. So this is the real deal.